So I just got a ring light, and like the first time you turn it on, I probably shouldn't look at it, but I did anyways. Also, something is weird on this cheek. I'm gonna try to not have you look at right here, because it was not blending out. There's like a big gap, and the only thing I did differently was I used a different powder. So maybe it's the powder. Is the SADIE London one, the Extraordinary Translucent Powder I got in an Ipsy. So I just tried it, and this side is fine. This side's always good. This cheek always is weird, so I don't know if it's just because this cheek's bad or it's worse than normal. Hello, welcome back, or welcome. I took a little bit of a break because we all need breaks, but it's the new year. I now have a desk calendar, so I have the rest of the month. I have every Wednesday I have a video planned. Today's Wednesday, and so I'm just now filming and will need to edit because I was not home. But what I'm trying to do now is, instead of doing everything all in one day, now Mondays I will film, Tuesdays I'll edit, and Wednesdays I'll post. And then I also want to try to do a book review every Friday. And so I have one will be up this Friday because I've read it and I already written it out and all that is fine. So I'm hoping that way, doing like a book review every Friday, I'll read a little bit more. I read 69 books last year. It's so weird. So I set my Goodreads a goal again for 50 because I felt like that was a good goal for me to start off, and then I can just add more. And so today's video we are talking about the top 10 books that I read this year. And also realized that when I was going through most of these, I have the physical book. There's like 3 I don't have the book for. And so I was like, wow, I read a lot. And so these are going to be my top 10. So the first one I'm going to talk about is my first physical ARC that I got this year. And that is Mammoth by Jill. I can't even say her last name, but I read a excerpt on NetGalley, and so I tweeted her about like how excited I was for it, and so she had her publisher send it to me, and I'm so grateful. This book is always going to be like my one of my true loves because it's my first physical ARC that I've gotten. This came out in November, and it is about a girl who's a paleontologist, and she's also a fashionista, so she's a fashion blog, and she goes to this program in Austin. So also this book is in Texas, and so I love it, and it's based on the summer, and they talk about the heat and the humidity. I'm just like, yep, that is so true. So yeah, I love this book. I love this because of the significance of it. And I'm hoping to get more physical books, because every time I request on NetGalley and I get a book, a lot of the times I don't end up reading it because a lot of times I don't like to read ebooks. And so hopefully this year will be the year of more ARCs. Not going to lie, this is the first time I've sat down to film in a while, and I am struggling. So I realized that I didn't have any lipstick on and I felt naked. I really don't know if this lip goes with this eye look, but we're doing it. So the next book is, I actually got this also as an ARC, but this was an e-ARC, and so when it came out I bought it, and that is Sadie by Courtney Summers. I love this woman. She is so nice, and she always replies on Twitter, and just like, she is the best. And with this book, this book review is the highest viewed video on my channel right now. It's like over 150 views, which is great, and it makes me really happy. But I bought this to go with my e-ARC, so my e-ARC can have a hard copy buddy. Also, this I got on sale on Amazon for only 10 bucks, so it was great. So, but if you don't know what this is about and you haven't seen my video, I will link it down below and in the little eye. But this is about a girl, her name's Sadie, and her sister is murdered, and then Sadie goes missing trying to find the murderer. And what's really cool is the podcast that's in this. The podcast was on Apple Podcasts before the book comes out, and so I was reading it along with the e-ARC, and it's so good. Just the person they picked for the story was amazing. And this was a really good book. And she's writing the second one, and she said it's gonna be worse than this one, and I'm just like, I'm ready, but I'm not ready at the same time. So the next one I have also a video for. Three Dark Crowns is one of my videos. I also put it in the eye and down below, where I tried to read this in 3 days because I had a library book, but then I ended up going to Half Price Books and they had it, so I got it. And also, so Three Dark Crowns and One Dark Throne are going to be like one. I don't have a specific order, I'm just picking the books that are sitting next to me. But it took me so long to find One Dark Throne because they are not making the hardbacks anymore because the paperback is coming out this year. So I guess how they do that, I don't know why they do that. But one of my friends I was at work and she called around for me and they found one in the Woodlands. Thank goodness. So now I have all three. So Three Dark Crowns, it took me a while to get into this. It also took me a while to get into One Dark Throne. Don't get me wrong, these are great. They're on this list, but they do take a little bit to get into the story. And it's just books like that, that's why they take me forever. A lot of the times I end up loving it. It's just it doesn't catch me at the beginning. Like, I'm reading The Cruel Prince right now, and then the prologue, I was like, okay. I read the first 8 chapters in one night. And so I am currently on Two Dark Reigns. I was listening to it this morning on my way to work and then on my way home. Which, also, this ring light, I am so glad I got this for Christmas because it is storming outside. It is so gross. And yeah, I can use this light. But now it's just like, oh yeah, I can see it in my glasses. But whatever. So if you don't know what Three Dark Crowns is about and you haven't read it, it is about 3 queens. Only one can be queen and the other 2 have to die. The only way they can't die is if their sister kills them. So this is about a story of Arsinoe, Katarine, and Mirabella. Arsinoe is my favorite, and then it is Mirabella, and then Katarine, I'm just like, ugh, she gets on my nerves. She's kind of like with the Red Queen series. She's like Alara, and like the only 2 characters that so far I have like despised, and I'm just like, ugh. Ugh. But Three Dark Crowns I loved it. One Dark Throne is a little bit better because it has a little bit more action in it. And yeah, glad I got into those finally. Next, I'm counting the Infernal Devices as 1 because I feel like that doesn't count. I feel like that wouldn't be fair. But I did read these this year with my boyfriend. We listened to the audiobooks. We literally finished Clockwork Princess last week. And we were so distraught. I really don't want to talk about a lot of it because it's the 3rd book and there's a lot of spoilers. But there was one thing I saw on Goodreads about one of the characters and I'm just like, girl, you don't even know. You don't know what's coming. But yes, I loved this series. I know a lot of people love this one more than the original and I agree with that. I think this one is amazing. So I didn't read these like I said I would from Emma Books because my boyfriend just kind of went through these. Like we just was like, okay, let's just start the next one. I don't want to wait. So the next ones we have to get into is the 3rd series, but we need to finish the other books like the Shadowhunters and the Bane Chronicles, and then I need to finish the 1st series. Before we get into like Lord of Shadows and stuff, I need to finish those. But yes, Tessa, I love her. Sometimes I feel like I needed to slap her, but she was still good. The next book, I am so happy I got the Red Queen series for Christmas. And I am so excited because Warstorm came out this year, and Warstorm was amazing. I knew it was going to be amazing because it's Victoria Aveyard, it's Red Queen. If you've been watching my videos, you know how much I love Red Queen. But I was just so sad that this is the 4th one. I know she's coming out with more books in March, but it's a novella, so it's really just more of the characters. But I am excited. Just Mare and Cal and everyone in this book. Oh God, I should have done a book review about this, but I didn't. and I really want to talk about it. So I might just, I don't know what I'm going to do, because I want to say something right now, but I can't because that will ruin it. But yes, War Storm, it is the 4th book. I think it's the final book in this series. I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure it is. Also, all these covers are so pretty. I bought a crown that sits on top of, so I have these still in the book set, and then I have 3 dark crowns and 1 dark throne on top, and then I have a crown on top of it, which is nice because, so I really can't talk much about this one because it's the 4th book, but it's just more of Mare's story and her and Cal and Maven. So the last book that I have physically with me is The 1000th Floor. This is one of those other things that took me a while to get into, but once I got into it, I literally, last month, was it last month? December? Beginning of December? Or was it November? I don't know, but there was one time I had to go home from work because I was not feeling well, and I literally sat down and I finished this book. I was only on page 100 and something, and I finished the book. So I read over 300 pages. And wow. Okay, so Avery, I love Avery. Of course, Lita, not so much. Again, I want to talk more about these books, but I can't because I don't want to spoil it. But this is really good. My friend, so I have the ebook, and me and my friend share the same Kindle account, and she read The Dazzling Heights. And she told me that she was reading it, and I'm like, girl, that is the second one. You need to read the first one. And then she ended up just finishing the second one because she's like, well, I already started, so she needs to read the first one. And I'm just like, all right, okay, whatever, it's fine. But yes, this was a really good book. I am very excited to keep reading it. My friend actually got me, well, she didn't get me, she gave me the 3rd one, because I have the 2nd one, and I was just like, okay, I will wait for the 3rd one until I get there, but she said she had an extra copy, so she gave it to me, and I was so excited. She also got the Throne of Glass book set for Christmas, so she gave me the Assassin's Blade, which I need to read, and she gave me Throne of Glass, so now I really just need Crown of Midnight, and then the rest of the series, and I will have it. So, yes. Where's my sticky note? So, the next one, I talked about this in my last video, but Someday by David Levithan, which was the sequel to Everyday, and you know, I did the movie review for Everyday, and so that was the I'm not really going to get into that one because I've already talked about it, but it was great. I liked it. The next 2 books I'm going to categorize are Simon versus the Homo Sapien Agenda and Leah on the Offbeat. I loved those. I am so glad I finally finished it. I'm so glad I watched Love, Simon. I've only watched it once, I think, since then. So I really want to watch that again. I am probably going to, maybe while I edit this video. It was so cute, and I loved it, and I loved the people that were in it. I hope they make a movie for Leah on the Offbeat. And then also, To All the Boys I Loved Before is getting a sequel. I know you already know, but I'm so excited because the second one was my favorite. I thought it was way better than the first one because I feel like more stuff happens. And the last book is They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera. I loved that book. That was, I knew it was going to have a sad ending, but I still had hope that maybe everything would work out. But you know, that's not the point of the book because the book is in the title. But I was really excited. That was my first Adam Silvera book. And then also reading Becky Albertalli. And so I have What If It's Us. I've only read the first chapter because it's one of those things where I start, you know, put down, start something else. So yes, that is all of my favorites of 2018. I am very excited for 2019 to read more. Hopefully I get through a lot. I saw someone where they read like over 1,000 books, which was like 3 books a day, and I'm just like, how? Do you just like not do anything except read all day? Because there's no way I can do that. But I am back. I hope to actually post and do stuff this year. So like this video, comment your favorites, or if you have read any of my favorites. And tell me what you're most excited for 2019. And I will see y'all next time. Bye.